Hello, hello, friends. Starting a little late today. Was extremely tired today, so I needed to push back a little so I could have at least a lay down. And my God, was it a terrible nap. But I hope you're all well. Jester has redeemed the chat check-in, so you know what that means. It's time to check in. Tell us how you're doing. Have you shit, showered, shaved, taken your meds, had something to eat today, had some water? I hope you are doing okay, and if you are not, we are here for you, and we have hugs. But, shall we get started? Today we're going to do Tavern Talk. I know usually I try and make Thursdays Witcher, but because we missed Tuesday, I want to do Tavern Talk today and Witcher on Sunday. Because Witcher is a more focus-intensive game for me, and I just do not have the energy today. But today we get to pour more drinks and maybe thirst for more people. I also has nap. Yes, nap is good. Unfortunately, I received a delivery in the middle of my nap. I had a little lay down and I was in and out for about 2 hours, but it was never a full nap. So I woke up wanting to go back to sleep. Cherish, Ralph's cherish. Oh, Lordy. All right, let's go. Oh, secret hobby stuff? No, this is Bandicoot stuff. So, for those of you unaware, I have been having Bandicoot issues for a while. On 2 separate occasions, under 2 separate couches, I have found dead bandicoots. And now a third one has gnawed its way from under my kitchen cupboards and is making itself at home inside my apartment. I bought some dynamic lift, which is basically chicken shit, blood and bone, and a whole mess of stinky stuff to chase it out. I laid that in the garden in front of my kitchen where it had brought in, and I shoved a handful in that hole it had bored, which I think chased it upstairs into my bedroom. So the other night, I realized the scratching I had been hearing was not a possum in my roof, but a bandicoot in my storage nook. Cue frantic cleaning spree till I collapsed, to sleep, to return back to more cleaning for the entire day the next day, and that's why I didn't stream that day. That was Tuesday. So I've emptied out about half of that storage nook now, as there's a lot less there. I've been shining a light there to keep it away, but it definitely that night had exited the storage nook, and I have not heard it since. But to make sure it doesn't come back, I bought some lawn grub pellets that I can lay outside the lawn on the other side of my unit, because that will be what's attracting it as well as the rubbish and bugs that make its way inside my house, and some spotlights to shine on my carport and my garden outside. So those are solar lights. So hopefully it gets the message and fucks off to somewhere safer than my house, because I do not want a third dead bandicoot. Because those fuckers are protected. Also, it was sending me insane, and I was on the verge of a complete mental breakdown if it was going to continue scratching in my bedroom. My shipment of infusions finally arrived this morning. I now have access to some fey crystals and frozen pine cones. I feel like a frozen pine cone. One second. There we go. Together with Fable's Phoenix chilies, I have 3 infusions now. I'll unpack them later when I have some time. I have a feeling they'll be of use soon. Not behind the bed. Oh, God. Just when they're in your room and you're trying to sleep and ooh, a jellyfish plushie. That's adorable. So, and keep a drink for me and this lanky pal. It's good to see you too, Kellen. Okay. So, in our previous game, we sent our friend off to deal with a werewolf who may have possibly been one of Kellen's family. Now, in the demo, I remember I gave her them a different drink, and it ended up that Kellen got injured because of it. So I am happy to see that Kellen is uninjured and happy. We made her happy. She meant to say please. Welcome back, Fable. You look alive. Thank you. I am. That seems like a given. I'm just happy to see them doing well and with a friend. We ain't friends. We're not? So you two didn't form a party? No. Oh. Oh, Fable. Then what's the drink about? They may be very annoying, but they did just help me solve a family feud of 10 years. Yay, Fable! So I do owe them some of your dishwater at the very least. Wow! Family feud? I wouldn't call it a feud, more of a miscommunication. No, it was a feud. I feel like feud implies a certain level of hostility. I was going to kill him. I thought that was a joke. It wasn't. Oh. But no one died? No. Elfie here was able to prevent that. It's Fable? Whatever. Does this perchance have something to do with your quest? It does. I stopped her from killing the werewolf. Elaborate, please. I was going to kill the werewolf. They stopped me from killing the werewolf. What's not to get? A lot. I think they are confused because the quest was to save the villagers from the werewolf. And now it sounds like I saved the werewolf from you. Which I did, kind of. I also remember you saying you didn't want the quest, Kellen. I didn't. Was there by chance. They were both stealing sheep. Was not. Sure was. Adventuring don't pay what it used to. So you steal other people's sheep? Mind your own business. How did any of this lead to a successful quest? Well, where do I start? How about at the beginning? Right, I was born on a half-crescent dreaming moon. Not that far back, Fable. Of the quest, Fable. Right, the quest. Travelling there was no trouble. I know enough shortcuts to travel through the Ashen Grove swiftly. I reached the borders of Tregaron right around dusk. The Ashen Grove thins out around there, and you can catch a glimpse of the wide fields and vineyards, as well as see one farm after the other. An idyllic sight, well, at least before sunset. Do you have trouble in the dark? Emotionally? visually. A little. I mean, I reckon I can still see more than a human could, but darkness is darkness, and I am no owl. Thank God. You're already weird enough for it. You're already weird enough. Imagine the damage you'd do if you could turn your head all the way around. Who says I can't? Just kidding. Oh, Carolyn's at her wit's end already, you can tell. Anyway, luckily darkness doesn't affect my hearing. Not the normal kind? What? Nothing? Okay, I heard a creaking fence and footsteps that were failing at keeping quiet. Hi, Steph, how you doing? How's Zoe? Your ears are failing at being small. So I snuck closer and I saw a werewolf-esque shape picking up a tiny sheep. I was petting it. Well, I thought she was going to eat it, so I summoned up all my courage and I stepped out of the shadows and I said, "Good evening, werewolf, please put down the sheep." I didn't expect them to be entirely in their right mind, of course, but I wanted to be polite. And I thought it might confuse her, and maybe that would help calm her down. It confused me, all right. Who the heck sees a werewolf and the first thing they do is greet them? I'm not allowed to research. Yes, you must give all the attention. You would greet the werewolf friend. I think you'd do a little more than greet the werewolf. A polite person. Or an insane one. It worked, didn't it? Because I ain't no werewolf. He wasn't that different. But I'm skipping ahead. To my surprise, instead of a growl, the werewolf, or not werewolf, responded with a what? So the confusion plan had worked, but I hadn't really expected that response. So I said again, "Please put down the sheep." And she asked, "Why?" And I said, "Well, because stealing sheep isn't very nice." And she asked who I was. No, I asked, "Who are you, a god?" I was about to introduce myself when we heard this blood-curdling howl. It sounded like someone had ripped a hole into the fabric of reality and then pierced it with a horrid yell. Please, it was barely a bark. Kellen, I need you to stop licking yourself. It's very distracting. And it made the blood freeze in my veins. I heard panting and heavy footsteps, and I barely dared to turn around. You turned around immediately. And when I did, I stared into the twisted face of a werewolf, yellow gleaming eyes, gleaming with jaundice. Sharp teeth, giant claws. He looked like he wanted to eat me right up. He did. But before I could beg for mercy, suddenly something rushed past me and lunged at the werewolf. When I regained my composure, Kellen and the werewolf were on the ground, fighting tooth and nail. And the sheep you were holding? Obviously, I set it down at that point. Good. So you went to Fable's aid? No, that ain't it. I noticed the wolf's flannel rags. They were blue, checkered, and had an uneven print. Just like the kind of stuff Uncle Dragon likes to wear, that old fuck. Hey, why can't I say that? Not the fourth wall breaking. What the? Youth protection. The age rating system is quite harsh. Yeah, I too would keep trying to swear. I too would continually test the limits and use every goddamn swear word I know. The bar with a curse filter sounds like hell. Anyway, it was dressed like Uncle Dragon, smelled like Uncle Dragon, fought like him too. Ren? That doesn't mean it's time to test my filter. You're a mod. You can say anything. I was joking when I brought it up before. Did you forget? Haven't seen that old man in years. Was coping about it by joking. I can say words. I can do the words and the... Good lord. Professional streamer, folks. That's the only way I can talk about him these days. Because of the feud? Yes. He used to be my favourite uncle, but then he changed. Became irritable and angry and distant. Fought a lot with Uncle Fedor. Cared more about the moon than he did his own family. Eventually he just left. Ran away without a word. Left us and Uncle Fedor behind, worried senseless. Until we found a letter saying not to look for him and all this savings missing. Swore I was going to kill him if I ever saw him again. Always thought he just couldn't face up to his problems. Turns out his solution was just to get those problems as far away from everyone as possible. Idiot. Did you talk it out with your fists? I tried, but Elfie stopped me. I'm glad they did. I love it when she smiles. How did you figure that out? Well, she was yelling at him. I didn't understand half of it, but I could tell she was angry and hurt. I tried to get their attention by telling them to stop, but they wouldn't listen, so I shot an arrow right next to both of their heads. My aim was a little shaky, so I did end up grazing Mr. Dragon's ear, but it got them to stop for long enough to start listening to me. I threatened them that if they didn't stop to talk, I would shoot them both. I would have never done that, of course. But they must have believed me, because they actually stopped to listen. Looked mighty scary there, little pal. Thank you. High praise from Carolyn indeed. I sat them down and did my best to be an insurmountable obstacle between them. If they wanted to fight, they would have to go through me. That sounds rather dangerous. Was. Wouldn't have stopped for them. What? You're the size of a stick. You think you could stop two angry wolves? Oh, well, anyway, I used the opportunity to figure out what was going on. And that's how I found out about Mr. Dragon and Kellen and the miscommunication. Feud. The feud, sure. Turns out that after Mr. Dragon was turned, he was too ashamed to admit it. But he couldn't stop the changes and ended up hurting all the people he cared about. That's no excuse, of course. No, it ain't. If we had known, would have helped him best we could. At the very least, would have built a sturdy shed with scratch-proof walls for full moons. He didn't think that would have happened, though. So he decided to fix the problem by leaving, deal with it alone, and so on. But that only made it worse. Of course, he was too embarrassed to come back, so he just focused on the whole werewolf thing and not any human things, or Vakakan things, so to speak. Trying to find a cure, trying to avoid the moon, trying to find a place to sleep, stealing sheep. That's something they have in common. The sheep? No, the stubbornness and the unwillingness to ask for help. But the sheep, too. But they had to talk about it. That silent resentment wasn't good for either of them. And you got them to do that. The little stick is oddly persuasive. Had us talking about it before I even realized I didn't want to. Maybe because you did want to. Shock! Maybe. How'd it go? Fine. We'll take some time to accept his apology. We'll have to see him change first and apologize to Uncle Fedora and the rest. But it was good to see him again. Guess a hug did feel better than a greatsword in his gut. Wonderful! Of course, there's still the problem with the whole werewolf thing. Idiot got so obsessed with the cure, he still can barely control himself. We helped him realize that even a cure wouldn't change what he'd done. That he has to accept he's different now and learn how to live again. Of course, it won't be easy, no change ever is. I learned that from you. But we have a group of werewolves living near our settlement. A small community that enjoys the company of our warm trees. We play charades with them a lot, and they taught me about the phases of the 7 moons and the secrets of the moon signs. That sounds like a bunch of... It's real, you're a crescent moose. A crescent moose. We introduced Mr. Dragon to them, and they promised they would take him in and help him deal with his lycanthropy. That sounds great. It is! It's a happy ending. I wouldn't call it an ending, rather the beginning of something new. So the end of one adventure is just the beginning of another one? Exactly. I like that. So, after your heroic therapy session, you two decided to grab a drink together. Got offered to spend the day at the settlement. But they don't serve anything strong enough for my tastes. Plus, Elfie was dying to get back here. Was talking about how they need to update you on everything non-stop. Would think they live here or something. I had to report back about the quest. I'm glad you did. They also started crafting something with the werewolves? Said something about it being for you, Innkeep. Oh, really? Yeah. It's not finished yet, but I'll let you know, I promise. That wasn't that hard, was it? Well... So, a drink? What can I offer you, Kellen? Surprise me with something that fits my brawn. By which I mean, make me the usual, strength never gets old. Now, it was... brawn she wanted, which is that one. Draw recipe. And then we add a bunch of you. And a little bit of you. And was it you? Yes. Southern Brawler, there we go. And a ding. Surprise. Not bad. You should do this professionally. I'll think about it. Fable, what about you? Do you have something that'll calm me down, maybe even bring some of my agility back? Like a swift strike back to my senses? I've had a stressful day, night, morning, sequence of events. Swift strike, eh? Alrighty, so lots of this. A little bit more. Make the ding go ding. And then some of this. Did I do too much? Is that what I've done wrong? Yeah, I did. Okay. Here, Andrew. Alright. Back to this. And then some of this. What the hell? Oh my god. Hang on. It's still going. It's still going. That is what you caught. Look at that thing go. Oh boy. That was very noisy. Okay, and we want a little bit of you. So strike, boom. Honestly, as far as I can tell with this game, it's mostly just an idle interactive game. The challenge is get as much gold as you can, win the leaderboard, and that's about it. I don't think there's anything you can redeem the gold for. To fill the pool so we can swim in it. Capitalism. Let's go. Scrooge McDuck your way. Oh. Hang on. You just caught the biggest catch in the game. Welcome. Congratulations. Look at that go. I have to listen to that every time. You caught a fucking blue whale. Oh, Christ. I have no idea. I don't know the full extent of everything that's catchable in this game. And I've only added like 3 custom things myself. Because you can add just about anything. This is just full of junk and various kind of aquatic animals. But you can add emotes, you can add GIFs, you can add all sorts of shit. And make it custom. Alrighty. Thank you. Well, this is perfect. You look tired. Have you considered sleep? They do look like they're gonna pass out any second. So do you? Maybe sleep is a good idea. Carolyn, do you have a place to sleep? I can sleep anywhere. It's a talent. It's depressing. I have a room available. You can stay there. Sounds good. How much? I'll count it as payment for your help with the quest. She's so adorable when she smiles. Hello, Phoenix. How you doing? Later, Elfie. See you later. And she's gone. Sir. Are you heading home, Fable? Yes, I've been gone for a whole day. I need to get back and make sure everything is still growing correctly. A whole day. Maybe take a nap first. Yes, that too. Did you enjoy your first quest? I request to pat the fluffy muscle mummy. She'd growl, and then she'd lean into it. I did. It was scary and different from what I expected. And I didn't know I was so good at pretending to be charming. Have you considered that you weren't pretending? You did well, Fable. Thank you. I hope that wasn't my only adventure. I think this is just the beginning. That would be nice. How dare you? I didn't say that. Yes. She totally would. She'd say she's not into it, and then once you start, she wouldn't want you to stop. Do you think I'm going to save the world one day? That's a very tall order. You're right. I'm not cut out for that. I didn't say that. I would just prefer it if the world didn't end. Right. But if it does, you're the first person I'd ask for help. Maybe you should ask Carolyn first, but I'd be happy to be second. We'll see. Let's hope we won't. I like this world, and you have a point. We shouldn't hope for such a calamity. Even if it would make for a good song. Or a sad one. Or both. I'm going to head home now. Do that. I'll stock up on quests for you. I can't wait. Hey there, Evelyn. Until sunrise, werewolf on detours. That's right, okay. See you soon. And nothing bad ever happened in the end. Exactly. Fable was always successful, never got hurt. Because she is baby. Good evening to you too. This quest wasn't here yesterday. That is correct. It seems dangerous. It is. And mysterious. Sure. Like me. Most emo that ever emoed. Oh, you haven't met this guy yet, Ren. We don't know his name yet because he's so mysterious. You could be a little less mysterious by telling me your name. Ren, I am the streamer. If I shut my mouth, there would be nothing to listen to, nothing to watch. Zephyr. There you go, Ren. He has a name. Did the wind carry you in? Dad jerk. No, my legs. I want that quest. Well, you can have it. Not just literally, physically, emotionally. Emotionally? I want to take on that quest. Go to the castle to get the cape. Oh, he is intense. I mean, yes. Just join an emo band already. Well, no one has gone to the castle yet, so if someone would like to go, they would be welcome to. So you know of the castle? Yes. It seems strange. It is. A vampire lives there. I heard rumors, whisperings, of a strange, fiendish woman residing there. I'm the quest. What a coincidence, me too. Has she ever frequented your tavern? No, not recently. But she has. Once. Had a vampire mixer. Interesting. So she was only here at night? Yes, she's a vampire. Would you say she was unnaturally pale? No, she had a lot of makeup on. But below that mask? Sure, yes. Would guess she looks pretty dead below that. Just your type, Bryn. What kind of drink did she order? Blood. You sell blood? Of course. Whose blood? It's not the first time you referred to as a strange fiendish woman. Oof. Did you hear about the wolves avoiding the castle? Really? All of them? Yes, she has a lot of werewolf traps set up, but all animals seem to steer clear of Marrow Castle. Bryn's like, use your inside voice when you call me out, please. They say its doors are always locked, so nothing can go inside or leave. And anything that tries to merges into her land in one way or another. As a grave, a pile of decorative bones, dirt, eating rotting flowers. They say death clings to her doorstep like an everlasting melody. Sounds like a strange place. Like a tomb for something still alive. Speaking of loud, X-Cloud. Or for a goth. Goth or vampire, she seems to be a thief. It appears so. Do you not sympathize with that? Thievery is an honorable skill, but it must be performed in secret. Or you're not worth the coins you pocket. This game is personally attacking. Also, stealing a man's cape is just plain rude. I suppose. Only thing worse than that is stealing a man's hat. Not if it's cursed. Or a fedora. Especially then. Point is, if you can't defend yourself from having your trophies reclaimed, you must live with all the consequences. The consequences being you? Exactly. It definitely sounds like you know what you're doing. Of course I do. I am one with the shadows and the wind, gone before they even notice I'm there. So you could easily swipe something else along with the cape, right? Certainly. Gold, gemstones, other treasures. Whatever pays the bills. What about some interior decoration? Like what, for example? Just something to pretty up my tavern a little bit. Maybe something useful that also doubles as a decoration. Like a chair? Stealing a whole chair sounds a little too ambitious for your first quest with me. Bring me dead bugs or crystals. So how many sentences is your band name? I'd prefer something smaller, like a little trinket. My walls are still a bit empty. Wait, you're being serious. Absolutely. A memento that once belonged to an eccentric vampire sounds like a wonderful addition to the tavern. I'll see what I can do. You won't be disappointed. Well then, I trust you to deliver yourself to a doorstep and the cape back to me, along with a neat little addition to my interior design. Sounds like I'll need a few stamps. Would you like some? No, too traceable. How about a drink then? I could do with one of those. I heard your drinks inspire transformations of great magnitude. Allow you to dip into parts of yourself that you weren't previously aware of. Raise yourself up from shadow. Say, what do you trade them for? Secrets? How about a joke? Well, Rin, what do you want to know? A secret or a joke? I will see myself out. Secrets it is. Secrets. I have many. Grant me one. I shall. I know this may come as a shock to you, but I was here before, just yesterday. You don't say, buddy. You may not remember because you barely noticed me in the shadows. Yeah, we certainly didn't notice you. I was so stealthy, I spent hours just watching you from afar. That is definitely a secret. You cleaned a lot of glasses, served everyone with a smile. You looked so worried after the adorable green one left. Like you thought they might trip straight into a monster's maw. And you're swift with your hands and fast with the knife. Could this dude try to be less stalkery? Alright, enough secrets. You may have one of my renowned drinks. And some of my renowned infusions. In fact, I just got a fresh shipment today. Was finally able to unpack them. Oh my Down, Ren, down. Infusions. Intriguing. What vile magic do you have to offer? Infusion unlocked. Frozen pine cone, fey crystal, and phoenix chili. For your purposes, I think you could benefit from either some fey crystals or a frozen pine cone. Calling him a pine cone. The frozen pine cones have absorbed some of nature's icy properties. They can help you form a magical frost barrier that will hurt those trying to harm you. The fey crystals hail straight from Avalon, allegedly. If consumed, they'll turn you invisible, eventually, and for a bit, the duration is a bit unpredictable. I've also got some phoenix chilies, but I don't think those would be very useful for your situation. Interesting. So what dark depths of yourself are you looking to explore? I fear that Lady Evelyn may be of the undead nature, so I must be strong and vigorous if I want my stake in her heart before her fangs are near my neck. Though that does sound appealing. Ren, he likes being bitten. Strength I can do. And some frost armor should help with that, with the fangs. Or perhaps the smarter route would be to evade her wrath entirely. To out-stealth her and steal the cape from right under her pale nose. So that she may lie in the shame of having lost against me. I think such an approach would require a certain amount of dexterity. And some invisibility could help with staying unseen, should my speed and agility not be enough. Help me with the decision, Innkeep. Your wisdom is no secret, is it? Now that I have access to infusions, I have to be careful of how they interact with other ingredients. They might alter the drink in a way that where I have to use different ingredients than usual. I should make sure to keep an eye on the coaster shape so that I mix the correct recipe. Maybe I should even try adding an infusion first and adjusting the drink from there. Let's give it a try. All right. So, do we want to make him dexterous and stealthy or strong and armored? Honestly, the way the world is currently right now, escaping to the Fey realm and being trapped there forever doesn't sound so bad. Alright, so let's have a look at the drinks. Alright, so where are our infusion? Fey Crystal, Phoenix Chili, and Frozen Pine Cone. Frozen Pine Cone. It is sometimes hard to tell which ones are magical ingredients and which ones are just regular frozen pine cones. Either way, they seem to get the job done. Frost Armor is the ultimate solution when it comes to protection against anything, whether physical or magical. A bit cold, but nothing a blanket can't fix. Fey Crystal. Much like the playful Fey they are named for, Fey Crystals deceive. They're not actually crystals, but magical plants handmade by Seelie sages wishing to share their magic gifts with the world. Invisibility is the perfect aid for stealth quests, as well as hunting, very helpful for avoiding fights entirely. Honestly, he thinks he's stealthy, but good lord, he could definitely use a hand in that department. Phoenix Chili. The rare Phoenix Chili is found natively only near the charred valleys of the Burning Peaks. Though an invasive species, it is delicious. Fire resistance is great when fighting enemies that wish to burn you to ashes, helps a bunch when fighting draconic creatures, but does not protect against lava. More stalkery than stealthy. I feel like going up against a vampire. Yeah, let's go with the Fey Crystal. Now, how do we add it? Where is it? Ah, there it is. Okay. Fey Crystal. And now the drink we want is... You want something dexterous. That Swiss Strike's dexterous, isn't it? That's dexterity. Southern Brawler, Sparkling Nebula. Spoken Heart. Yeah. Alright, draw a recipe. As you try to talk to her. Alright, so now we want this. Alright, so we only need 2 of that. It's already where we want there. And we want some of this. There we go. Here you go, a drink that all vampires fear. Garlic breath? Not quite, but that's a good name. May I steal it? You don't ask permission before you steal something and keep. Then it's no longer a clever ruse, but a mere trade. Oh god. Hold on a sec, folks. I need to close my blinds. Oh, flashing lights go ow ow. Alright. I see. Did you hear about my new drink, the garlic breath? Ah. Good one. It tastes like, not garlic, but just as fearsome to a vampire. You don't find garlic scary? I find it fucking delicious. No, only the absence of it. Amen. That makes two of us. Hopefully this will help me evade her. Hopefully. I'm not prepared for a fight, but I won't need one if my steps are as swift and quiet as the wind. And if she can't see me... Goodbye, Innkeep. I would say pray that the sun will carry me back to you. But my hopes do not lie with the Realm Keepers, and I shall be damned if they control my fate. Expect to see me again after the next sunfall. If you do not, speak of vengeance. Vengeance makes for an early grave, or for a good story. Farewell. Alright, folks, we're due to start an ad break in 5 minutes. So I'm going to throw us on Be Right Back screen and just stop those ads now so that we can keep going. I will see you back in a few minutes. Take this time to stretch, go to the toilet, grab something to eat if you haven't yet this evening. Grab some water, do what you need to do, and I will see you in 5 minutes. Provide alibi burn evidence. Christ, guys. Zephyr. Kin Air Echo, age 25, pronouns he, they. Class Rogue, background Themis, alignment Chaotic Good, Arcana the Moon. Zephyr is a difficult character, to say the least. They're so caught up in their own fantasies of an edgy rogue that they seem to be stuck talking or brooding like one too. He likes all things dangerous and mysterious, or at least he pretends he does. They'll never know. Oh, if only. If only. All for a bitter end. Oh, I don't... did I choose the wrong drink? Come on! Look at her smiling face. Look at her. She's so happy. Holy cow, her hair is long. I'm taking this quest and a drink. Great. Did you sleep well? What? Sleep. How was it? Fine. Too long. Didn't sleep that much in ages. Sounds like you needed it. No, your beds are just too comfortable. Was hard to get up. Oh, you need some spoiling. Big soft beds with big thick blankets and a big cuddle. Of course, my apologies. I will make sure to take your feedback into consideration. Would you like a drink as compensation? Think I already said that. Make me something strong that will wake me up and keep me up too. So, same as usual, Caroline. 1, 2, and 3. And then we need a little bit of this. And a little bit of this. I said this. Southern Brawler. Bing, bing, bang, bong. Something strong coming right up. That is strong. Just the right amount of too much. Maybe I should drink. Maybe I can do the words. I swear. Maybe I should call this drink the Carlin. No, you shouldn't. Anyway, the quest. Yes, the quest. I'm taking it. So you said? I see it as my turn to make conversation. I miss Fable. Isn't it a bit too soon for another quest? You just returned. It has been hours since I've done anything but sleep, chat, and drink. I'm getting antsy. Oh, she needs action. She's a work dog. If I sit still for too long, it feels like my bones are disintegrating and I forget who I am. I think that's called boredom. It's torture. She needs a ball. That too. Well, boring is not what I would call this quest in the slightest. Stealing from a chimera for a vampire's sunscreen couldn't get more reckless than that. It could by taking Elfie along. Fair point. She needs to throw someone around. Are you volunteering, Ren? Please don't. I won't. So, the saliva's for a vampire. Vampire sunscreen. Can't a vampire get their chimera goo themselves? It's a wyvern chimera. Vampires and fire don't mix too well. Also, if everyone just did their own quest, the quest economy would be in shambles. Suppose that'd be terrible for your business. Indeed. Have you ever encountered a chimera before? No, not a real one. Got me thinking, ain't it kind of blasphemous to steal from a draconic guardian? Depends. Are you religious? Guess not. Then no. Would it be if I was? Don't think so. Chimeras steal riches all the time, and they were created to be the guardians... And they were created to be guardians by the protectors of the realms. So stealing something to protect someone else seems in line with the doctrine. Good thing you ain't a priest. You'd do a piss-poor job. I don't know. I know a theologian that would probably agree with that. Thank you. Is blasphemy what you're most worried about? I ain't worried. Okay, nervous. Ain't that either. Then what is it? Oh, chicken palmy! Yum! Excitement, I suppose. Excitement? Don't laugh. I'm not laughing, I'm asking. Yes, excitement. I've never encountered a guardian before. And I've always sort of wanted to. Why haven't you? Ain't exactly easy to find one, or to survive one. It seems like a great opportunity for you then. It is. What's it about, Guardians? It's less about the Guardian and more about what created it. And maybe a little about the Chimera. It's got a dragon head, right? Yes, modeled after its creator, I would guess. Oh, here we go with the dragon heads again. Where's Simo? So let me rephrase that. What is it about dragons and chimeras with dragon heads? They're cool. Also, when I was little, my baba used to tell me bedtime stories about dragons every night. Oh, we're getting little Kale-in-law! She was a great adventurer and encountered many of their creations on her journeys. Not sure if it's true, but she always claimed she met each of the realm keepers themselves. Had little keepsakes from them and all. My sword's one of those. Passed it on to me before she... Passed? Left. One day she was just gone. Think she wanted to spend her last moments somewhere else. Aww. I just want to pet her. Give her a little scritch behind the ears. Like to think she visited one of her dragons one last time. Your family has a leaving problem. Kaelin's great sword once belonged to her grandmother. Allegedly, it's a gift from the very dragons themselves. Very impressive if true. Let's have a look at these again because I'm a bit rusty on what we've got. Banshee is haunting the lonesome lagoon, wailing a song that will shatter your bones. Hopefully hyperbole. In the riverbanks of the Shivermere hides the Mary Morgan, a wrathful spirit prone to drowning men, women, and everything in between. Those two definitely belong together. We're just looking for the third. An unusual amount of undead seem to be haunting the west. Undead snails are being accused of eating crops. This apparently poses a problem. So, Banshee is haunting the Lonesome Lagoon. Where's that? Can we see? Oh, my nose. Sorry, folks. Is it a leaving or staying problem? Should I stay or should I go now? What's the vampire? Marrow Castle. Darkwood Thicket. Dark Marsh. Until Sunrise, Werewolf on Detours, Ashen Grove, Tregoran, Zenith, and Wayfarer's Inn. So where did it... Back to this. Shivermere, I don't know where the fuck that is. Lonesome Lagoon. I could think it'd be somewhere called the Moon Swamp. The swamp is a... Oh well. Ooh, Teddy Ursa, gimme. I want a cute little teddy. I nearly wrote Great Balls. I don't know why. Alright. Close that up. At least she left our savings alone. That sword and her stories are all I have left of her. Going on this quest, it almost feels like I'm stepping into a memory of hers. Did she ever tell you about a wyvern chimera? No, was the only kind she never encountered. Had quarrels with those feline ones, different varieties of scales, even a cow one, I think. But never found a wyvern one in all her years. It would have been nice to be able to tell her the story when I return. If I return. I'm sure you will. You can tell the story to me. I don't know if I make for a good baba, but I do enjoy a good tale. I'll think about it. You already got me talking too much. This is you talking too much? So, you like dragons? They're fascinating creatures, very interesting, very magical. They are fascinating and magical. Used to pretend I was one when I was little, really wanted their magic and their wings. Oh, I love getting Kaelin lore. She's adorable. You can just ask them for their magic. Not sure about their wings. I ain't a priest either. Besides, I'm a warrior. Don't do all that magic. Why not? I like my sword and my muscles. I like your muscles too, Kaelin. I like your muscles too. They're a good combo. They're a very bisexual combo. And I don't need to rely on anyone, not even dragons. A little help never hurt anyone. Little self-reliance don't either. If you say so. Does that mean you don't want a drink to pep you up, Kaelin? Didn't say that. I see. That doesn't count as help? It's prepayment for me taking on your quest. Sure. You'll be happy to hear that I have some incredible infusions to offer that could greatly help with your quest. Nah, that sounds unnecessarily complicated. Let's keep it simple. Alright, what can I get you then? I reckon a little bit of a boost for this body couldn't hurt. So, more strength? Heard they're quick and toothy, so I'll need to be too hardy for its bite. Some defense might come in handy. Or something for the brain. Baba talked quite a lot about how much they enjoy a good ruse. Maybe I can outsmart it with the right play. But I'd need some intelligence for that. Won't be risking it all on a bad idea. Are you sure you don't want any infusions? Just a little bit of phoenix chili would make you fire resistant. That could be very useful in a fight. Dragons, you're stubborn. Sure, I'll try one. And on the topic of trickery, no, one is enough. Either you mix defense with your weird chilies or go heavy on the intelligence. Don't need any more of your fancy tricks. I don't care which one you pick. That's your job, figure it out. Alright, let's give you a chili. Where's the chili? There's the chili. Squeeze me, I said chili. There we go. Alright. So, defense or intelligence? So that is gonna be Frosted Lagoon with a chili. That would be fucking hilarious. Or Sparkling Nebula, which is a bit different. And what's the chili already done? It's taken us down that way. So it'd be pretty hard to get a Sparkling Nebula, I reckon. Frosted Lagoon. Oh, and I feel like I need to sneeze. Ah. Oh. There it was, okay. Sorry, folks, I didn't get a chance to mute the mic. Another one. Go! Okay. Whew, I think we're good. Sorry about that, folks. Alright, we need defense. And then we need a little bit of strength, or we're pretty good for the strength, I reckon. What do we need? Little bit of you. Will you there we go. Frosted Lagoon. Figured it out. Thanks, feeling tougher already and dangerously close to catching fire myself. Think I could almost take on a dragon like this. Let's stay grounded. How urgent is the sunscreen? Pretty urgent. The sun tends to not take a break, even for vampires. Maybe he should sunbathe less often. That might solve his problems. Might. But when has an easy solution ever been fun? Good point. I'll see what I can do. Maybe they got some mice in that mangrove. Good luck. Won't be needing it. I'll be waiting to hear of your exploits upon your return. Yes, nervously waiting to see if I chose the right drinks. Act 1, Part 4. Starlight Sonata, 60th of the week. Oh, hello, who are you? Look at the little burp! Look at the little burp! Burp, 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 burp. Yes, I like burps. Hey, Innkeep. Hey, Chrissy. Long time no see. So true, I've been pretty busy this hatching season. Look at the burbs! A lot to do? Yeah, the birds seem to be in a slight uproar, like something is amiss. I just can't figure out what. Oh, what did I do? Animals often have a sixth sense, you know? Oh, fucking bargain. They do indeed. Anyways, hand over a drink, will you? Of course. What will it be this time? Something for the wits again. You know me well. Too well, I guess. That's the curse of being a regular. Eventually I'll have you all figured out. This feels like a Rin insert. I hate to disappoint you, but you're wrong today. Am I now? Yes, I'm quite confident in the capabilities of my mind and wits. Of course. So what I'll need instead is something to protect me from weather or foe, so I'm steeled for any situation. That makes sense. I'll see what I can do. I want to have birds all around me, thank you. She wants something that does what? What? Oh, she wants one of those. Okay. So a frosted lagoon. Easy peas. 1, 2, 3. And then a bit of this. And then a bit of this. Liquid steel, just a little bit more digestible. This is exact. Blah, 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 I can do the words. This is exactly what I need for my trip. Where are you headed, anyways? Oh, to the island of Boreas. I want to reconnect with some friends at the annual Borean Art Convention. Isn't Boreas difficult to reach? Not exactly a place known for its population. The convention is especially for creatures like sylvan spirits, trolls, and the like. Who needs words indeed? Definitely not the person who's trying to make a little extra cash streaming. Definitely not. Professional streamer here. Do the words and the things and the yep, no, brain. See? I am so smart. They'll also be electing the scariest monster for the next issue of Screech Magazine. I love that, Magazine. That sounds exciting. It'll be a sight to behold for sure, but do you know what I'm most excited about? Especially when the wolf lady arrives. Look, you needn't call me out so loudly. Ren, this is what I imagine you'd be like in a fantasy setting. What are we most excited about, gnomes or nymphs? I mean, there's a TikTok gnome war, but Ren would be excited for nymphs, I think. No. They're pretty, don't get me wrong, but definitely not the reason why I'm going to Boreas. That'd be Fable's reason. You're so right. If you do happen to meet a nymph, greet them for me. Sure. Now that we know what I'd be excited for, how about you? The geysers and the hot springs, especially around this time of year, when the mornings are still a bit chilly. Oh, I'd love to spend some time in a hot spring. And the sun tickles the sky on the horizon. That sounds lovely. I'm sure those things will be nice muses too. Bet. I'm bringing an extra set of paints this time so I don't run out again. Oh yeah, she's so Ren-coded. I mean, Fable taught me how to make some from flowers and berries, but Borean flora is unsuitable for things like that. Seems like you're well prepared either way. Absolutely. How are the birds doing apart from being in distress? Well, the cinnamon green cheek conures are growing up to be such a lovely bunch. I can't wait to release them back into the wild once they're strong enough. With your care, they'll be ready in a heartbeat. I'm guessing you're taking Ruby and Merlin along to the convention? Is that the birds' names? Ruby and Merlin? Of course, as for the others. I obviously can't take them with me. But I asked Fable to look after everyone. In exchange, I'll teach them how to grow zucchini. Speaking of which, I wanted to leave my keys under their doormat. Sorry for the short stay, but I gotta hurry or else I'll miss my boat. It's quite the walk to their treehouse. And you don't want to have to compensate me for that, do you? I wouldn't mind, but I also don't want you to be late to your convention. Well then, so long and keep. See you soon. Bye-bye, lady with the burbs. Fable! Good evening. Good evening, Fable. Did you have a good day? I did. I visited Mr. Dragon and the other werewolves. Told them about Kaelin's quest and the Wyvern Chimera. Oh, so you heard about that? She told me before she left. In case she told me some things to pass on to Mr. Dragon that I can't repeat here. I think she's happy he's back. And I think she likes Fable. I think so too. Did you have tea with the werewolves? Of course, we had a grand time together. I mentioned how much fun I had with the moon signs. So they taught me more about the stars and their hidden meanings. Which stars? Both sets. They specialize in Cassiopeia. You know, the night sky constellations on the astral plane and all? But they have one astrologer who knows a lot about their reflections in the pools of the primordial sea. Can't repeat or get cursed. Yeah, look, the curse filter probably would. And she promised to teach me about that too. I can't wait to learn about how the sea mirrors, echoes, and distorts the constellations. That's how she pitched it. Exciting, right? Very. You look a little nervous. That's what I thought, so well... What is it, Fable? I may or may not have finished that little gift I was talking about yesterday. Or rather, that Kaelin was talking about. You know, the little keepsake from my time with the werewolves? Yes, I recall. A reminder of my very first successful quest. I just didn't know if you... I like trinkets. Oh? What is it? It's a piece of embroidery of a constellation. The werewolves taught me how to do it. Well, the astrologer told us stories and myths about the stars and their twin reflections. I imagine it to be a constellation from a faraway realm. I call it the Little Dipper. That's a faraway realm. Oh boy. I think it could also be a Big Dipper. It does look to be like a Little Dipper. Using a lot of imagination. Who knows, maybe there's a world out there with this exact configuration of stars in the night sky. Who knows, maybe there is. There might be. Maybe the Little Dipper is part of a larger constellation. A bear, for example. Maybe. A bear? Innkeep, I think you might be the one dreaming something up now. Most likely. Are you fond of the stars surrounding us? I do like to watch them from time to time. Oh, really? Do you prefer the stars of the astral or the primordial sea? Really, somehow that fits. Your magic reminds me of it. A mere coincidence. You'll have to give me your birth data soon so I can calculate your birth chart. If that's okay with you, of course. You sound like Rin trying to get my birth date. It is. I'll write it all down for you. That's great, thank you. I think you may be a double jackdaw, are you? We'll see. We will. Until then, care for a drink to wind down? Yes, please. Though I will still have to make the rounds around the grove later. And that's how you get your identity stolen. What's your birth date and the name of the street you grew up on? And the name of your first pet? And your mother's maiden name? So something that will keep me awake and agile would be nice. Do you think you know me well enough to guess what I might need? Thank you. One moment. Alright. Bring a burr. Literally all you ever want is a swift strike, my dude. What were the infusions? Be fun to... Is that... And okay, yep, cool. Alrighty, so lots of this. And then a little bit of this, was it? Yes. And a little bit of this. But ding, we have a swift strike. Yeah. Thank you. This is delicious. You always know what I need. You always get a swift strike. I think you may also need a break, so maybe stay a while before heading back. That sounds like a good idea. I'll just idle here a bit if that's okay. Always. Enjoy your rest, Fable. Thank you. Oh boy, here we go. Here he is. Kyle. Greetings, Innkeep. Greetings, Kyle. Greetings, Green Creature. Greetings, Mr. Vampire. Oh, how polite. Are you enjoying your drink? I am, thank you. Then I shall leave you to its inspiring aftertaste. Innkeep, say, did you move your inn by any chance? It took me hours to find it. Rin, meet Kyle. He is the vampire who had his invisible cape stolen by the other vampire, who was his wife, and who needs the vampire sunscreen because he likes to sunbathe. And he's a complete klutz. And that slime is what's left of what ate him. I did not. Are you sure? I believe new alleyways may have formed themselves around your establishment. I believe you are a complete dumbass. With winding paths and dark corners. This guy is no thoughts, head empty, completely lost. Anything could be hiding within them. Like a vampire? No, silly snack. I don't need to hide. Except during games of hide and seek. I am very good at those. Maybe you were good when you had your cloak of invisibility, buddy. Maybe the inn wanted to play around with you. Mayhaps, but it underestimated my skill. As a 3-time hide-and-seek world champion, I would never lose to such a youngling of an inn. It's not that young. The wood isn't even rotting yet, dear innkeep. It still has many eons ahead of it. I like the sound of that. As a celebration of a match well won, may I offer you a drink? Yes, I think that would be well deserved. Has that delicious blood of yours made it onto the menu yet? Not yet. Shame, then I shall have some of that faux blood again, please. It does make my bones feel more sturdy. Coming right up. What? I guess it wants me to give me, what? I don't have, yeah, Southern Brawler. Draw a recipe. Faux blood. Okay, bunch of this. And then a little bit of that. And a little bit of that. Oh god, I fucked it up. Hang on. Here you go, Andrew. Drink up. Alright, there we go. And now we have space. Some faux blood for your bones. Enjoy. Ah, this is perfect, innkeep. The only thing that could make me happier would be a drink lovingly titled the Innkeeper's Vein. Keep dreaming, Count Dracula. Speaking of dreams, how is the retrieval of my cape coming along? Swimmingly. Well, actually, I think there's very little water involved. I wouldn't be so sure. My dear Evelyn has a beautiful pond filled with long-toothed spine guppies in her courtyard. It's her pride and joy. I would hope no one is swimming in that. But I have sent someone on your quest. I'm sure he'll return soon, and you and your cape will be reunited. Marvellous! Speaking of inseparable teams, where's Rhea? Oh, she's taken the day off. She demanded vacation time, so I said could choose any day, and she chose today. I was going to also take a day off and spend her vacation with her. I don't think she wanted that, buddy. But when I wanted to follow her to the market, my sleeve caught on fire, my hand and my hair. So I was forced to stay back due to my allergies. Yes, deadly sun allergy. The weeping amaryllis pollen is very bad this time of year. And the sun is also bad for vampires. It is? Yes. Right, I need sunscreen. It's in the works. Did you get to see the market later? I did. It was beautiful, colourful, and full of music that would make anyone's heart dance. but I couldn't find Rhea anywhere, so I felt a little lonely. Luckily, I managed to make a new friend in no time, very tall and brooding, just how I like them. I inquired if I could try on his dark armor of swirling shadow and onyx bone, but he said if I tried to take it from him, he would turn me to ash. What a jokester! Dark armor of swirling shadow and onyx bone. Sound like anyone we know? Yes, a true connoisseur of fashion. He's just visiting, he said. Had some great crepe recommendations. Plum crepes with ash sprinkles? Yes, they tasted deliciously dead. I see. A stranger has come to town. He likes plum crepes and spooky armor. I hope you enjoyed your evening together. We did, though I feel like he asked something of me. I promised I would remember. Perhaps he wanted my cape. Many people want my cape. Perhaps. But I would have never agreed to that. It is my cape, after all. Maybe he wanted my Pasco recipe. Is it good? Very much so. Then I'd like it as well. Oh, yes, you! Me? He asked me about you. Me? Yes, said he's an old friend of yours. He was very curious about how your inn is doing. I sang your praises, of course, so he asked me to deliver you greetings. And congratulations on the well-run establishment. How did he phrase it? Deliver my congratulations on the faux peace your precious innkeepers found in their house of denial. Oh. Very poetic, if you ask me. Doesn't sound like a friend to me. Very. If only I could remember his name. Does my description of him ring any bells for you? Me the player? No. Me the innkeep? Possibly? No, I'm afraid not. Too bad. He must be an old childhood friend. Maybe you went to school together. I heard many friendships are formed in such halls. Maybe. Certainly not in my school. Do you want to tell me more about your time at the market? Most certainly. I found the loveliest trinkets. Like a little stuffed bear with a tiny raincoat. What is a raincoat? Kit. And a crescent elder moon necklace. I found a gorgeous sun charm as well. I bought it for Rhea as a welcome back from vacation gift. I feel like Rhea may have ditched you, buddy. That's very sweet. Your friend brought a delightful raven figurine with eyes of starlight. Please don't call him that. We should never deny our friends, even if we don't remember them. He's not a friend, buddy. I don't remember any of my friends. Alas, I still love them, even if their memories lives only in my heart. Oh, there's our resident little brat. How we doing, Kalex? Anyhow, he said it was a gift to himself to celebrate the dawning of the month of the astral moon. Oh, I love Cassiopeia so dearly. She's the most beautiful month, is she not? A haven of starlit light reflected in the primordial sea below. Bratty as ever. And has our brat drank her water and eaten today? We all know the answer, but hey, I'm always going to ask. Kalex, you wouldn't want to disappoint us now, would you? Only once a year is she this close to us, and only then for a short period of time. To me, she is the harbinger of yearning and of change. No, the harbinger of yearning is right here, Kalex. She's sitting in my chat right now, begging and pleading for me to call her a good girl. But first she needs to drink her water and eat something. I wonder how we'll change this month. I hope to be more capeful and sunscreened by the end of it. Maybe even a little less alone. What about you? I like the way I am, but I wouldn't say no to stocking up on more ingredients. Ah, the refusal to change is dangerous, innkeeper. Change always comes to those who deny it the most. By the end of the astral moon, we shall no longer be who we once were. That sounds like a threat. By no means. Maybe it promises mourning, but maybe celebration also. Could it not? For example, my dear Rhea hated vampires when she met me, and now she likes me. Does she? Does she, buddy? Does she really? And how about food, Kalex? What have we eaten today? True change can occur before the stars change, it seems. Do we want to break his heart? Or do we want to be nice to him? Cherry Pepsi and Skittles. Kalex. Honey. You can do better. Oh, how sweet of you. As sweet as my blood, I have a lot of it. I would hope you do. And it runs warm when people are kind to me. In all my millennia, kindness has always made me the happiest. What a complete dumbass. There is nothing greater than friendship, don't you agree? And nothing more fragile. Don't I know it? That makes it all the more precious. That reminds me, I forgot a crucial part of the message. Our dear friend Stranger told me that he would like to see you again. He said, what was it? Don't think too hard about it. Ah, of course, the letter. The letter? The polite young man gave me a letter to deliver to you. What a sweet gesture. I shall pass it on to you forthwith. Thank you. Are you not going to open it? No, I don't think now's the right time for a letter. Not enough moonlight. But wouldn't it be kind of romantic, longingly dwelling in the memories of a friend? It would go so well with the fireworks. What fireworks? I have no clue. He said he hopes you'll enjoy them. Fireworks, doesn't that sound lovely? I hope they aren't part of a private event. I think that would be difficult to do with fireworks. Oh dear. I don't mean to interrupt, but... What is it, little fawn? Look outside. I think the fireworks have started. Oh dear. Let's see if we can find that letter. Can we not open it yet? Is that... Oh, now it... Did it just... No. Oh, there we go. Oh, how beautiful. They're falling from the sky. That's not a good thing, buddy. That is a bad sign. Hello, little fireworks. Sparkle on. Those aren't fireworks. They're stars. Alrighty, on the note, guys, this is going to be a short stream. I think we're going to leave it there. Because I have laundry and dishes that need doing tonight, and I am extremely tired. I'm sorry it's only been about 2 hours. But I will stream again on Sunday afternoon with some Witcher 3. And we will continue Tavern Talk next week as well. A reminder that you can join us in the Discord to keep up to date with what is happening for streams. And those on our Ko-fi Monarch tier and above, we will be having a movie night Friday the 26th, where we will be watching Fern Gully and possibly Fern Gully 2, if we have time. But yeah, until Sunday, be good, stay safe, I love you all, and take a raid message while we go say hi to Plotsky.